In the previous video, we created a sweep, which is an extrusion along a path using profiles and using the curves and the curve editing tools in Blender. So in this video, we will continue also to talk about organizing and managing your work as it gets more and more complex by increasing the level of modeling techniques and tools. So we already talked about the scene collection and the various collections that you can create and edit and where you can put your objects in, and you can manage, of course, using first of all the collections right here. So I'm gonna just create a new standard general file here, and I'm gonna start really simple as usual, and then we're gonna introduce also other important topics to organize, like the scene and the view layers, etc., etc. So we're gonna do a full tour of this before we get into more advanced modeling techniques and more advanced lessons. So I'm gonna start by creating a collection. This is the first way, again, you can organize. Really easy, you can create collections from here. We saw that you can create before the objects and then the collection and vice versa. So you can give different color and you can make it active. So anything that you create after this is gonna go right here. Now, if I put the cube in here, this is now gonna be in this collection. And now if I wanna add more, so let's go to add, just gonna add a bunch of really simple objects here. So let's add like a brilliant. Okay, so this is going to be my first collection right here, and that's the first way you can organize. When you create a collection, if you double click, it's going to select everything that is in that collection, or you can right click and select the objects. You can delete everything at once, and also you can turn it off and on. So we saw already the advantages of using collections. And of course, you can give names so you can remember what it's inside that collection. Okay, let me put this aside. So I'm gonna double click and just gonna move this right here. Now, the next way we can stick things together, in a way, we can group them together. Let me show you. So I'm gonna create a sphere and let's create a torus. Okay, so to put them together, I can also parent them. So to do parenting, there are different ways you can do that. Let me just activate the screencast keys. Okay. So the quickest way is to select with the shift the two objects. The active one becomes the more important. Usually the active one is the brighter and it's always the more important. And then you can right click, and we saw the other commands before. So join means that you can really stick them together and in a single object. So if you see right here, this is going to be one single object, one single mesh. So that's another way. And if I want to put out, I'm going to drag it in the container, the major container, which is called the scene collection, which is basically what's inside your scene. And right now we are in this scene called scene, and in this view layer called view layer. I'm going to explain everything later. Okay, so that's another way. Then we can, let's create a cone and let's create a UV sphere. Okay. Again, select both. Select the most important object second or last if you have more. And then right click and let's go down. So we saw we can convert, set origin, copy, paste, duplicate, rename after object, mirror, snap, parents. So this is for the collection. You can use this to move into an existing collection or a new collection. And this is parent. So Control P will create a parent, or let's say a relationship between objects. So one becomes the father and one becomes the children, or you can also use more. Parenting is used for many reasons. First of all, for grouping together and organizing into hierarchies. And it's used also for rigging and creating, as you can see here, bones for animation. So it's used also for controlling complex animations, etc., etc. And down here, you can also clear parenting. So let's first add a simple parenting with the object. So Control P, or just click right here. Okay, now we have established this parent relation. You can also see here, and um, you can change the options right here. Okay, let's keep it as object. So now if I move the cone, you can see that the cone moves independently, and this is the children object. If I move the father, which is the sphere, which was the active object, and also look what happens here in the outliner. So the sphere is right here, and the cone is inside the sphere. So we created this relation, and it's visually explained right here. So if I take the sphere and I move the sphere around, the sphere is going to take the cone with it, because this is now the father and this is the children. If I rotate the sphere, that's also going to affect the children. So in a way, it's kind of grouping, because if I continue to parent objects to this sphere, I will maintain them together if I work on the sphere. Now, if I move up also the cone, you can see that this dashed line appears. That's a relation line. And it's part of the, well, not the gizmo here, but the overlays next to it. So you can either see them or you can turn them off. Relationship lines. This will show you how things are related. Let's say that I want to copy these cones. So I'm going to do Control C, Control V. So standard, oops, sorry, that was from another object. So Control C, Control V. If I copy this cone and I move the cone aside, you can see now we have two cones with two relationship lines. And if I look here, you can see that we copy the parent and the children actually. So we have two spheres, two cones. Now, how do I put this cone in relation to this sphere and deleting this? Well, of course, if I delete the father, the relationship line will disappear. So now I can link to this. So remember, the active object needs to be the last. And then Control P, and let's parent. And there you go. Now we have this father controls two children. Now, if I select this cone, I want to remove the parenting, I'm going to parent and clear parent, and the relationship line will go away. Now, the other option is to duplicate. We saw the difference between duplicating and copying. So if I do Shift D, I create a duplicate, well, that's going to be linked as well to the parent. If I do, instead of simple duplication, I'm going to do duplicate linked. Well, this is going to be linked, and again, it's going to be related to that parent. So parenting could be a great way to keep things together while maintain them kind of independent entities. And then if I want to move them all together, I'm going to select the sphere. And this figures out also in the outliner, creating a hierarchy. Now, sometimes you'll find empty objects or null objects. These also are for grouping and try to, organize things the best you can. So if I go to add, I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go down, and let's go down, empty. And we can start with a simple one, which is plain axis. Once you create the empty object, you can also change the visualization right here. So it can show like arrows, or like a circle, or like a cube. These are basically gizmos that, again, will help you to manage objects and things in the scene. So I'm just going to go with a plain one, and I'm going to move it up right here. So also it has its own origin, which will affect the children objects, because this one here is usually used as a parent. And you can also use an empty object and put it inside another empty object and inside another one and another one, so creating more complex relationships. Actually, you can do it also here. So if I, for example, select these two and I do, again, parenting and Control P, look what happens. So First of all, this went back